All weather systems, so much of our oxygen, so much of our food comes from the 70% of the planet that's liquid. The beating blue heart of this planet is the oceans. We're constantly awash in facts and science. Art takes us deeper in the body, like into the heart, into the gut. Yellow cedar tree. This show is about art illuminating science. It's as intuitive as it is rational.
So the process is called Gyotaku. It means fish and rubbing in Japanese. And it's a way of Japanese fishermen to document their catches. The process that we employ is very faithful to how it was done before, centuries ago. And that's simply just to apply pigment onto the subject and then rub paper on top of that. The process is really simple.
What lies behind our work, besides just these incredibly beautiful creatures, what are they experiencing? What are they going through right now? Any creature that lives along the western coastline of America is going through dramatic changes caused by the way we as humans are living our lives every day. Plain and simple. Could be water, could be tree rings,
could be water, because it looks like ripples. So when Duncan first brought this show up to me, he said, art illuminates science. And that made a lot of sense to me because I'm far from being a scientist. I don't know, the scientific names to anything. I just know what happens, and if you take care of it or if you don't take care of it. When somebody as educated as a scientist speaks to me in their lingo, I get pretty lost. But when there's a story attached to it, or an example, or an analogy, a poem, art, music, film, then things make sense to me.
Okay, so the climate's changing. What's that mean to me? Or what does it mean to the creatures around me? And so this show for me is an expression of what we see daily in our own lives. This blue heart that we're talking about is having arrhythmia. These great decadal oscillations that are happening in the ocean used to happen very dependably, like a heartbeat, like every 10 years. Now they're going, 2 years, 1 year, 3 years, 4 years. They're very erratic. Well, that's a whole ocean system that's going through that right now.
Who would like to do a tale?
The most important thing for this show to do is to educate future generations so that they understand what's going on, that just because somebody doesn't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. I don't want my son to grow up in a world not as good as the one that I lived in.
And this show is part of that. This is important stuff. This is deeper and more important to us as the 2 or 3 generations that are here together on the planet. This is an inflection point in the history of humanity.